Hey everybody, my name is Mike Kresch. I am the president of Kresch & Partners, a marketing consultancy, and continuing on with our ongoing Kresch Direct video series, I'm excited to launch a three-part series on email marketing. And you might say, email marketing, why such emphasis on that? Well, the reality of today's marketing realm is that if you're doing email effectively, either on an individual level or on a corporate level, it makes a big difference to your bottom line. So it's going to be a three-part series. The first part is going to sort of talk about what you can do on an individual basis. Part two is going to talk about really a small business or a division within a larger company and how to build a list, because list building is most frequently the biggest challenge. And so I'll talk about tips and tactics for list building. And the final video will talk about how to effectively use an email service provider, or ESP, like Constant Contact, MailChimp, or whichever one you're working with. So with that, let's get started on number one, and that is working with everyone as individuals. And you can be either the owner of a small business, who I typically work with, or just an individual looking to advance his cause within the corporate realm. And two tools that I feel that everybody should be using today. The first is called getemail.io. Again, getemail.io. It allows you to find the email of anyone you want online. So for anyone that's in business development, or anybody who's looking to track down a key person that can help his cause, you can do that for free. You simply enter the person's name in the company, and it's sort of like a software that's, for all intents and purposes, a crawler, but it will provide you for an email that you can't find. So that's number one, getemail.io. The second email tool that I really love is a tool called Yesware. I stumbled upon it when I was doing some work for a startup about 5 years ago, and it's really a fantastic piece of software. I think it's about $15 a month. And what it does is it alerts you when you've sent out an email to somebody. It alerts you when that email has been opened. Now you can say, ooh, it's a little creepy. However, the way I think you should interpret it is it's really about using data and leveraging data to your advantage. So for me, if I'm working on a proposal, or if I've sent something that's very important to a client, I know specifically when that person has opened it, and I can react accordingly. It's particularly valuable for me in the proposal stage of things, because I know if I've sent something out and I see that it's getting a lot of attention, that I'm in a good place. If it's not getting a lot of attention, I know that I have to follow up more aggressively. So again, that's Yesware, and I believe the cost is about $15 per month. So those two are two really solid pieces of very affordable software that I think benefit really all of you out there. Moving forward, what's the key piece of insight that I can help you guys with? To me, the most interesting statistic that I recently read is a study done by Citibank not too long ago, or Citicorp. And what they found, not surprisingly, is that 71% of the United States population sleeps with the phone either with them or immediately adjacent to them on the night table. And this number statistically moves up as you get younger, as you skew younger towards millennials. Amazing, right? Sort of scary, but amazing. Well, how does that help? The reality is that what's the first thing that these people do when they wake up? They check their phone. Now, contrast that to when you are typically sending out your first email of the day. My guess is that it's probably around 9:15. So you're sort of falling into that area where you're sending out your email with the rest of the world. So the opportunity, knowing and understanding that the majority of the population is sleeping by their phone and checking it first when they wake up, it's the classic early bird gets the worm, right? If you send that email 5:30, 6 in the morning to that person that you really want to get in touch with, that you're really trying to reach, your chances go up exponentially. So that's a little tip based on trending information and sort of understanding human behavior, that a heck of a lot of us are checking our phones early in the morning. And you have an opportunity to take advantage of that. The final piece of insight that I'll share with us as individuals is one of the big questions that I get, and one of the most scrutinized pieces of email, whether you're talking about a blast that goes out to a lot of people or just an individual email, is what's the appropriate length? And typically you'll hear people say, you got to keep it quick. Attention span is so small these days. Keep your words short and precise. And I think to a large degree there is validity to that. However, let me play a little devil's advocate. I've got one client that is a particularly good storyteller and a particularly good writer. So he's able to tell a very compelling story and really engage his target audience. So am I doing him a service by telling him, hey, you have to keep this piece of correspondence to X hundred words or less? It's not doing it justice, and it's also depriving his target audience of some really good insight and storytelling. So I think the key thing as we look at length of either an individual piece of email or a corporate piece moving forward in 2019 is the key is self-awareness. You have to be able to take a step outside of yourself, look at what you're writing and say, is this really appealing to my target or to my brand persona? Am I appealing to them? Am I giving them something that they're going to really enjoy, engage with? If the answer is yes, don't restrict yourself. Don't cut the word count just because of some sort of arbitrary rule. That said, if you're looking at it and you question the quality of the writing just a little bit and you're not sure that you're really providing this deep inherent value, then I would say follow your instinct and cut it short and make sure that the language is succinct so that if there's a specific message that you want to get across, you're communicating it. So just to quickly recap, 2 pieces of software that I recommend for everyone: GetEmail.io and Yesware. 2, remember the key insight. 71% of us are sleeping with their phones, and that number increases as you skew younger. So keep that in mind. So the opportunity for you to reach out to somebody you really want to get in touch with, be it for a job or for a work-related issue, is get there early. And then finally, when it comes to word count and assessing either a personal email or an email that you're preparing for your business, use discretion. Don't abide by short is the golden rule. If your content is engaging, if you've got a good story to tell and maybe it goes a little longer than typical, it's okay, provided that you are confident and you're self-aware enough to assess that this is going to help the people that are receiving it. So thank you very much. Again, keep an eye out for part 2, which will be coming up soon, which will talk about list building. Thanks again.